Hello, it is Thursday, February 25th, 2021. One moment while I get the actual Unity scene set up here. Where is it? There we go. There is Unity. Okay. There we go. And the camera seems to be working. That's great. Microphone is working. Okay. Everything seems to be good. So, what we're going to do today, we have to finish this because there's another game jam that starts tomorrow that I want to work with, or that I want to not work with, but work on. Yeah, and so my thought for the second level, so we got level 1 working, now we just need to get the second and third levels working, and I'm going to call it done after that. I don't know that I showed all of it on screen, so let me just rerun as soon as I can find it. Just rerun things from the beginning, so from the actual logo screen. Is this going to maximize? It is not. I want it to maximize. Alright. We maximize this. This does play music. I'm going to keep that turned off. We do need to fix this credits thing because I am using some music, but everything else on this works. We get our little dialogue here. And then we have this scout plane that comes out of stealth. And we are told to go after it. And then we spawn on the carrier here. And then we are given some hints down here as to what we can do. Steer, etc., etc. And it'll tell you an arrow will appear if you're going the wrong way. So if we're going away from the scout plane there, we get a little hint that tells us to, hey, go the other way. And so if we just chase this thing down really quickly, there we go. We can get behind it and we can just shoot it and destroy it. And then we will go to the next level, which I have this island here. So the idea is going to be that we, fly over this island and we destroy a bunch of these parked planes. I think in this case they're going to be the parked stealth bombers. And we do get attacked quite viciously. Oops, there is a group of enemies. Okay. Nope. Okay. Can't turn around. Go. They're very hard to hit. But yeah, we can use our missiles to destroy the... Oh, well, we could use our missiles if they worked. We can't shoot these with machine guns. We have to actually use missiles to hit them. But yeah, that's what we're going to do, is we're just going to have the player fly around the island and destroy, I think, maybe 10 parked vehicles or something. And that'll be that. So yeah, and then the third one, I don't know what we're going to do for that, but we'll figure it out. And yeah, we also need to get the patrol routes working here. But yeah, that's what we got so far. So, I think what we're going to do is, yeah, we have these bombers here. So the first thing, I guess we can get these placed around the island where they need to go. So I guess we'll have 10 of them just kind of sitting around. So that will be 4. And we'll have a couple over here, and then we'll have a couple down here. Maybe we'll have 3 down here. And then I think one more group of 3. Somewhere. Right there. Like another group of 3, maybe right here. Yeah, so once all of those are done, yeah. Okay. So that's 10. So we have bombers 1 through 9 here. I think just rename these. There we go. Okay, and I think I have the objective manager set up correctly. This needs to go to level 3, whatever that might be. Yeah, we have a required score of 10. Okay. So now if we just duplicate this and just call it level 3. And we go into level 3 and let's just remove all the crazy stuff because we don't need it. Just remove all of that and all of that. Delete all that. And that's fine, that's fine. Yeah, you can spawn there. Let's delete the terrain because we won't need it. Okay. So this will be level 3 and this will be level 2. So now if we start this up, we should get guidance towards the parked planes, wherever they might be. There's some. Oh god. Just get completely swarmed. That's fine. Alright, so we get planes there. Oh jeez. Alright, we can shoot them down. They won't be a threat anymore. Oh, we got more. Alright, so I need to make it so that there are just like individual fighters running around. It's quite hard to shoot them. We can fix that. Yeah, we do get guidance towards this. Oh, okay. Oh, that missile's just... Oh, well, I think it worked, actually. Okay. And now we just have this. Whoops. There we go. Then once we destroy them, we get victory, and then... Oh yeah, it can't load it because it hasn't been added to build index. Right, alright, I had intended to do that. But I think it works. So we do add open scenes. Yep. Alright, so let's try that one more time. Alright, so whoops, that didn't do what I wanted it to do. We also need a hint for this so that we can tell the player that they can actually launch their missiles, because we haven't told them that yet. Jeez. At this point, the player doesn't know that. Although they can still do it, they're not aware. Okay. Yeah. Then for whatever reason they group up like that, and I'm not sure how to stop them from doing it. There we go. And now we can load scene 3. Perfect. Okay. So yeah, the next thing to fix is these enemies. Alright, so this patrol stuff. Right, okay. So these. So these patrol around the perimeter. I think we're going to have these be 5 and -5. And we'll just have like 1 or 2 enemies following each one. So we'll have you, I guess, will go here. Follow that patrol path. And then we will duplicate you, put you here, and you'll follow that patrol path. And we'll have you go to patrol target A, and you go to patrol target B. Okay. And then with that, we can have you patrol here. We can have you patrol right there. We can have you guys patrol over there. You over there, and I don't know, you over there. And sure, we'll just have swarms of enemies around here. And actually, having them parented like that, I don't think it actually matters. I think it's actually fine to do that. But yeah. Oh, enemies incoming. More enemies. Oh, nope, that's not fine. Okay. Yeah, that's totally not fine. And we are getting those editor warnings, or the console warnings. It's actually fine. That's a problem that is unique to the editor. Well, it's not really a problem. It's not. I guess it's not unique to the editor, but it's a problem that doesn't matter. Put it that way. Technically error messages, but I'm not really entirely sure how to stop them, so they're not really a problem. Oop, enemies incoming. Alright. More enemies incoming. Alright, we have you. Jeez. They are a bit hard to outwit. Yeah, I still wish the missiles would actually, like, target, or what could, what is it? I wish the missiles could target them. just like lock onto them. I'm not sure how difficult that would be. But yeah, they don't really pose much of a threat to us. They are a bit annoying to try to hit, though. Okay. Thankfully, I think I am going to keep it down to you only have to hit them once to kill them. Because the machine gun is fairly inaccurate, unfortunately. It's funny. Alright. Nope, another one of those. Nope. Okay, why are you having problems? I don't think I left any of them parented to each other. Alright, there we go. We probably need to turn the player invincible, but yeah, I think we're fine. Alright. That's interesting. So do any of you... Ah, that's the problem. You two. Alright. Yeah, this should be fine. And we'll have to decorate the island with some, like, buildings or something, I don't know. To figure that out. Trying to think. Yeah, it's probably fine. We'll do that a bit later. What I do want to do is I do want to move carrier a little bit away. Well, no, it needs to be the terrain that moves, actually. So all of that needs to move, that needs to move, and basically all of that needs to move. Okay. Alright, all of that can go, like, over there. Off in the distance somewhere. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. And so I guess what we can do is we can start the camera like over here or something. Right over there. Start it off here, we'll have it kind of rotate, because what I want to do is I want to have it kind of move through various like points. I kind of want to just have it kind of roam, or not roam, but like move around the island a little bit, just kind of just pan around the island a little bit. So we actually need a like follow component or something really quick. So what we will do is we will create a empty, we'll create, oh god, what is it? I guess pan target. And the camera will just follow that around. So create 0 there. Wait a minute, where is the camera technically considered to be? If we select it, it's considered to be at 5.5. Okay. Can do that, 5.5. Alright, and what we will do is this thing will basically move around between a bunch of different points, wherever it might be. Okay. And the camera will just follow it, and that'll be what we do. Create a follow component. Yes. Alright, and that causes the lighting to mess up for some reason. Don't fully understand. So we can edit this. And what we can do is we can say, we basically want this to follow some list of like waypoints or something. So we'll have using system collections generic, and we'll say public list game object, or no, transform, not track reference, transform, and we'll say like waypoints or something. And we'll say private void update. And we'll have a rigid body. We'll say public rigid body. Alright, and then we'll say rigid body.velocity is equal to, well, actually we're getting a bit ahead of ourselves. What we need to do is we need to say, we need a waypoint index, so have protected, actually we could have a queue. Let's not do that. No, let's do that. They protected, I think it's Q, transform, and we'll say waypoints. And so what we can do is we can say private void awake waypoints, or no, it would be waypoints for each waypoints dot add, or no, dot is it enqueue? That would cause it to go backwards though. We'd need to reverse it. I don't know if I want to do that. Can you just reverse the list in C#? You can, okay. And is that a, of course it's not. Alright, never mind, screw this, it's too much. I'm going to say protected index. What we'll say is we'll say var waypoint is equal to waypoints of index, and we'll say, and then we want to check if we are close enough to be considered on top of it. So we'll say if the vector3.distance between the waypoint and ourselves, transform.position, is less than 0.1f. It's generally a good threshold. To avoid having a magic number, we will have a protected constant float threshold, which will be equal to 0.1f. Say if it's greater than the threshold or less than the threshold, then what we want to do, we say waypoint.position because it's a transform. What we'll do is we will say index is equal to index plus 1, and we will say if that's greater than the waypoints dot count is greater than or equal to it. That means that we're at the end and we actually want 0. Otherwise, we want to return index plus 1. Okay, and then we will return because we don't really want to do anything. Then what we'll say is we'll say rigid body dot velocity is equal to, and what we want to do is we want to have the distance between ourselves, or sorry, the direction. So say var direction is equal to transform.position minus waypoint.position. That will be our direction, and we will want to normalize that so that we move at the correct speed. Say normalized, not normalized, normalized. That will convert it. That'll convert this to a magnitude of 1. And then we want a public float for speed. Say 1.0f. And so say direction times speed. And that should cause it to move, that should cause it to follow some set list of waypoints. Now what we need to do is we probably want to create an empty, we want to create an empty parent. This will be camera waypoints, and we'll get a rigid body. We will not apply gravity, it will not have any kind of drag. And we assign the rigid body here. And now we'll create a, I don't know why that's there. say that this is at 5.5. So this will be here. Yep. And what we'll do is we will create an empty. We will give it, I guess, that kind of a thing, so that we can actually see it on the... Where is it? There it is. Why is that at 0, 0? I don't understand. Alright. I want you to be like in the center of the island. And then you can just be also in the center there. Alright, you can be there. And now you. You need to be at 5.5. Yeah, so have these be like the targets. Let's go here, see what the scale looks like. Yeah, okay. Have you go there. Oops. And then have you go there, and then there, and then there. And yeah, it'll just kind of circle around the island. Yeah, there we go. Say waypoint. Waypoint. Perfect, and then we can go in here, not in there, in there. We can lock the inspector, we can grab all of these, we can put them in here, then we can unlock the inspector, and now, if we set the camera to follow that, it should move around and follow that, and it should look okay, relatively speaking. Okay, something is broken. Says there's a null reference, and the looking vector is 0. Okay, where are you going? You're going away, right? Okay. So I just programmed it wrong. That's fair. So I think it's not, I think it's our position, I think it's where we are minus where we want to go. Or no, it's where we want to go minus where we are. I think that's the issue. Now this should move towards the waypoint. Probably want it to move a little bit faster, but I do think it's working. Alright, yeah, I think it's working. So let us set the speed to 2, and then let us move the camera a little bit closer to it. Okay. So yeah, this is probably what we'll end up seeing when we start. Players apparently somewhere. Yeah, let's see how this ends up looking. Kind of like it. Because yeah, it shows basically the location of all of the targets. And we'll have some kind of dialogue playing during this time, and then we'll get some kind of hint. Yeah, okay. Kind of like that. You're that way, so let us move the camera maybe over here. Okay. Alright, and so the player needs to be inactive at this time. And we'll need to do some kind of cut to the player. So this animation, this needs to have an animator. And we probably need to create an animation for that, yeah. Okay, sure. This is going to be in assets, this is going to be in animation, cinematics, and then we will create a new folder, call it level 2, and this will be clip 1. Right, so yeah, this needs to basically trigger some kind of dialogue. We will just create like a basic dialogue at this point. So I think it's in resources, no, resources dialogue. We'll copy this. Sure, we'll copy. Can we not duplicate this? Control D. Okay, there we go. Let me move this over to here. Oh my god. To resources dialog, we will create a folder. Call this level 2. This will be clip 1. Oh my god. Stop doing that. That is so annoying. Alright. Now you can open this. Okay, there we go. And let us just have a 2-line dialogue. Say something like, it's just as you feared. They are preparing for an attack. We must destroy those bombers. There we go. We'll just run that. So I think what we need to do is the camera should have the correct target already. So clip 1, all it needs to do, yeah, we need the cinematic thing. Yeah, you, and then we need you to have that animator, right? And then this needs to be, we need to set the music at some point. We need to start dialogue, and it's going to be level 2 / clip 1. Alright. And then this, we can turn on keyframe recording, and we can set the keyframe here to be 0. Or we can just move this wherever it might be. We can set the keyframe to be 0. Perfect. Alright, that just causes the animation. Oh yeah, we need this to have a slight delay. So I think it needs to be like a 1/4 of a second delay. Or something. I think that's how long it takes to load. Let's try this. Okay. Oh, something's broken. Of course the animator's broken. Why wouldn't the animator be broken? Okay, so clip 1, we need to create a state, create empty, call this wait 1, and you make transition to there. Transition settings, we need to set this to exit time at 1.0, transition time to be 0. And then you, we don't want to write defaults or write defaults. Okay, I think that'll work. Okay, yep. Alright. As I suspected, great. So once we do that, we need to warp the player, or we need to warp the camera to the carrier, and then we need to activate the player. Oops. Yeah, we need to warp the camera, or sorry, we need to activate the player, then warp the camera to the player. That's what we need to do. Alright, so if we create a new clip, we'll call it clip 2. Then I believe what we do is we warp the camera to the player. Is that right? No, it's warp the camera to the player here. I think we set the player active first. We have to activate the player like that. I think that's right. This doesn't go here. This goes in here. Yes. No? Wait. No, that's resources. There we go. That's what we want to look at. Okay, so I think it's this animation has it. Then we activate. Please zoom in here. What do we get? Okay, so that one does the fade. Oh, okay. So we have to activate that, set the music to that. Okay, activate that, and then we do the fade. Oh, okay. So we don't warp the camera. Wait a minute. Activate. Set music. Then it does the fade. And then it warps the camera to the player. Oh, wow, okay. So it does it at 50 seconds. Okay, wow, that's quite a delay. Okay, we can do that. So here, we want to activate the player. Then we want to warp the camera. Or no, we want to wait about, not 50 seconds, but 50 frames. Wait about 50 frames. And then here, we set up the fade. So that should fade to the carrier immediately. I think that's right. Let's test that. Alright, so we get the dialogue, then we get the fade. Or we don't get the fade? Oh, right, because advanced doesn't exist, right. That's fair. Alright, so the transition, 1, 0, and then we add a trigger, call it advance, and we set that as the condition to move there. Then we create an empty state, and we say wait 2. No, don't want to do that. I want to make a transition, and then this transition, 1 to 0. Okay. And now that should work. Or it should at least be closer to working. Right. Okay, there we go. We get the fade. Yeah, perfect. Love it. And then, yeah, it'll just kind of, well, maybe we need to move the, probably need to move the island or the carrier a little bit closer. Just a little bit. Yeah. Alright. Probably just move the carrier closer. That's a little far. Carrier there, we have the player there. Probably want those two to be a little bit closer. Like maybe right there. It's probably good. Alright, so yeah, player flies for, okay, maybe still a little bit closer, right? That's still a little bit far. So the player and then the carrier, and we want those to be like maybe right there. That's probably fine, right? Right. So the player should get the memo that they're flying in the right direction, and then yeah, they will immediately get attacked by bombers. Or not by bombers, but by fighters. We actually probably want to give them a little bit of time to read the messages that we're going to give them, so we'll put this here. We might even start them flying the wrong way, so that they know they're going the right way. Well, I don't know. Maybe this is fine. But yeah, what we want is we want to add some hints. So we will need a couple more clips. In here, we're going to need clip 3. We're going to add a, I think it's show hint. We're going to say objective, destroy 10 bombers. Okay. And then I think we need to It's like a wait for advance thing we need to call. Whoops. One of these. Yeah, wait for advance. And then I think in clip 4, we're going to say, we're going to show hint. You're going to say you can, or we'll say you can use right click to launch missiles at the ground. Sure. Yeah, that'll work. Or no. You must destroy them, or can launch missiles with right click. And so yeah, we'll give them a little bit of time to read this stuff. And then we'll add another trigger. We'll say wait for advance. And then we'll say clip 5. Then we will do a show hint. You can speed up or slow down with W and A, or W and S. Okay. And then you can wait for advance, and then we will do clip 6. And clip 6 just does a hide hint. Hide hints. Yeah, there we go. Alright. So I think that's correct. Just need to create all the wait and transitions for this. So create new state. Say wait 3. Create state, wait 4. Oops. Wait 4. Then create state, wait 5. And then we will create an idle state. Wait 4, wait 5. And then create state idle. Alright. And so from here to here we need to create the settings. We say 1 and 0, and then the condition is advance. And then from here to here, same thing. 1, 0, condition advance. And then, nope, we're not doing that. Making transition, say 1, 0, condition advance. And then 1, 0, condition advance. And then in clip 6, these are just, all we need to do is we need to set this to 1 and this to 0. Could straighten this out, but I'm not going to. It's too much to bother. Should be that. The exit time should be 1. Then the exit time is 1, and that's 0. Thought that I had an exit time of 0. Okay. In theory, that should just work. But let's see. Alright, so we get the dialogue. And then the player launches. Okay. Oh, but it's not. What's playing? Wait 2 is playing. Okay. Oh, do we need to do... We may not actually need this. We might be able to just do this. In which case I should have done this differently, but Actually, I think this will be fine. No. Something hasn't been assigned. Okay. What has not been assigned? Oh yeah, the hint container. Wait, why hasn't that been assigned? Huh. I guess I copied this over before we created that? Okay. So what we can do is we can delete this. And then we can go into the other scenes and grab it. I can find scenes. There we go. Level 1. We can copy this. Then we go to level 2, and then we just paste it. Could turn it into a prefab. I should turn it into a prefab, but I'm not going to. Okay. Not sure what the viewing vector stuff is, but okay. So yeah, now we have the objective. We can do this. We can launch missiles with a right click. Okay. We can use W and S to speed up. Okay. Yeah, I think everything's good there. And I don't know if that disappeared on its own or if I actually made it disappear. Let me double check. Okay. Click space. Do that. No, it disappears on its own. I don't like that. Why does it disappear on its own? Is it because this... Ah, yes, because this needs... No, wait. Clip 6 is the one that destroys it, right? So shouldn't this require... Ah, because it doesn't have advance. That's the problem. There we go. Okay. And yeah, I think we need to fix clip 2 because it needs to unlock the... Or it needs to, yeah. It needs to unlock the player's controls at some point. Because we need to start with them locked. And yeah, we need to edit clip 2. So in here, we go to animation, we go to clip 2. And then I guess shortly after player launches, maybe 30 seconds after. Or no, we warp the camera maybe 30 seconds after that, or not 30 seconds, but half a second. We lock player controls, we set that to 0. Yeah, something like that. And that should keep the hint from appearing until it's needed. Okay. So now, oh, well, okay, maybe that's a little too soon. Yeah. Launch missiles with right click. Speed up or slow down with W and S. Alright. So yeah, I think that's about the right time. Alright. Yeah, just need to make the enemies be a little bit more threatening. Yeah. Okay, kind of like that. Okay, so we do get the hint to move here. Right? Oh, come on. Okay, and we get victory, and then we should be able to do that. Yep, perfect. Okay, so that's level 2 done. For the most part, we need to fix the dialogue, but other than that, I believe we can also just take as long as we want to read these, because it should circle around the island. And so yeah, we can just wait, you know, basically as long as we want. So I just want to see if it'll make a complete circle here, because I think it will. So yeah. Okay, so yeah, it is. And it doesn't matter where we are in that animation. We just warp immediately. Perfect. So they destroy 10 bombers. Cool. Can launch missiles with right click. Okay. And we can speed up with W or S. And then we get to the island. Perfect. Alright, I think the timing on that's really good. And so if the player tries to veer off course, they'll be steered back using the little arrow. Okay. I wonder, can I just cause instant explosions now? I think if I target my, like, right in front of me, I can cause, like, yeah, instant explosions. It's funny. Alright. Okay. So now onward to, well, yeah, onward to level 3. Let's see what we can do with this. Okay. So where is the carrier? It is right here. Alright. This level, I kind of wanted it to be more of a defense sort of level. I don't know how that's gonna work. I did want, kind of what I wanted is there to be like larger planes kind of flying around, but I don't know if we're gonna be able to do that. I know that we do have a couple other planes that I haven't used quite yet. So I've used that one, I've not used this. I've also not used these. We have used those, but I thought I had others. Alright, so we could have these. I don't know. Oh yeah, we need to fix the hitbox on that spy plane as well, or scout plane. Yeah, this I'm not sure what we're gonna do with it. We gotta decide. Because I did kind of want it to. Yeah, I'm not sure how we do a defense type mission. I don't know how that would work. I kind of want to do one, but I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it would be we just can't let them reach a certain point. And if they do reach that point, the player just takes 100 points of damage and loses. That could work. So what we can do is we can go... I actually don't know if copying terrain from one scene to another, I don't know if editing one would create or would cause the other to be edited. I don't know how that works. So what we'll do is we'll create we will create a 3D object, we'll create terrain. I think we will set, I always forget how this works. Set the size to maybe be 40 by 40. That should be fine. And we'll set this at -0.5. And then what I kind of want to do is I want to have like the carrier parked at like an island or something, and then have like enemies attack at that point. It's a question of, yeah, we'll have the carrier parked at an island like this. And then we will have, say, paint texture, and then I think we have to edit layers. We add a layer. I think if we, no, we can't multi-select, which is unfortunate. Let's add a layer, sand, let's add a layer, we'll add mountain, and let us remove layer, and then we'll add a layer, yeah, we'll add grass, okay. So that way sand is like the default. Okay. Now we can raise or lower terrain. I want to, or no, it's set height to world 0.3, or no, 0.2. I think it's 0.25. That might be too high. That's probably fine. Set the opacity very low. Yeah, something like that. So the idea is that we'll have like a little dock for this, I guess. I don't know. And it'll, yeah, something like that. It's like this will be their base. And yeah, they'll just be attacked by enemies or something. Yeah. A little bit of island out there. Maybe we'll have a couple other carriers around, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how you park an aircraft carrier. Alright, so that should be good. And then we'll set this to be, I don't know, 0.4 world height. And we'll set the brush size a little bit smaller. No, maybe not. Maybe just have it be raise. Okay, that's way too much. Let's have an opacity of like 0.2. Maybe that's too small of a brush. Maybe it's the wrong kind of brush. No, I don't like that. Yeah, it's a bit too much. Alright, yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I don't remember how I did it with the other one. Or I would do it that way again. Maybe it was something like this. No, it definitely wasn't that. It might have been this. I did redo that. No, I don't think it was. Yeah, I don't remember. This might actually work. That's probably way too high. Yeah, that's probably fine. Just have like a little mountain range running through the middle of the island. Something like that. And another little mountain range. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. Alright, another little mountain range here. It's probably fine. Yeah, runs off into the sea like that. Alright, and then maybe just a little bit of raised up stuff around the edges here. Yep, that's probably fine. Adding a little bit of texture. And we probably want to smooth all of this. Super high opacity. Also super heavy size. Yeah, I don't know how the smoothing tool works. It doesn't ever seem to actually do any smoothing. Yeah, I don't know. It confuses me. Like even applying it, I don't know what it does, what it smooths between. Sure, whatever. Alright, so we will say paint texture next. We don't want to use this brush. Let me use this one. Yeah, okay. And set the opacity to be something low, not quite that low, quite that high. Yeah, something like that. Then actually want to paint the mountain first, I think. Then we can paint the grass over it. Something like that. And something like that. Right. And Then we can paint grass. Maybe have a little bit lower opacity than that. Oops. Something like that. Just kind of paint around the mountains. Right. Alright, that's probably fine. I don't care too much about how good the terrain looks. Alright, all of that can be filled in. Then let's go around here. And we'll paint sand to actually fix all of this. Okay, we just kind of want the blending between the grass and the mountains to look okay. Right, and then that's probably fine there. Alright, just fill the rest of it with grass. Alright. If I had more time, I would, spend more effort on this, but don't have a lot of time, so less effort it is. Alright, so we do sand. Then we kind of want that to go a little bit up on the shore. Alright. Okay, so paint that, and then that can go there, and we do kind of want the mountain texture to continue on into the water, which is fine. Yeah, I wish this wasn't so sharp, but I don't know how to fix it, so not going to worry too much about it. Alright. Okay. So now, is the player even active in this? Yeah, they are. Okay. So let's see. Does this work with the water height? Yeah, it does. Okay. Cool. Doesn't look as good as the other terrain, but I'm not too attached to it. And yeah, we can't fly through the top of those mountains. That's good. What about these? Nope. Okay. Okay, I think it's all fine. So what we need to do is we need some kind of centralized building that the player needs to defend. And then we need some kind of spawner to spawn enemies. Alright, I have been going for about an hour. I'm going to take a little bit of a break just to get some water and stuff, so I will be right back. Alright, and we are back. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to create a couple things. So one, we need some kind of trigger for when an enemy, not just any enemy, but whenever a specific enemy hits it, the player is defeated. And then we also need some kind of spawner for the enemies. So I think what we will do is we will create a, I guess, enemy objective component. And I think that should be fine. So what we will do is, yeah, we can create a new thing. It'll be a mono behavior. It'll be an enemy objective component. Yes. And so what we will do is we'll have an on trigger enter. So when enemies enter that, whenever they enter it, we'll say on trigger enter. Collider other, yes, perfect. First, what we need to do is we need to check if it's an enemy. Let's say var enemy is equal to other.getComponent enemy, not enemy objective. We will say AI controller component. So if it has an AI controller, it's an enemy. Then we will say if not enemy, then if not enemy. So if there is no enemy, then we return. Say or. If there is an enemy, what we want to do is we want to have a bool, public bool, can complete objectives. Have that, and we'll say or the enemy can't complete objectives. So it'll only check the right-hand side if the left-hand side is true, or sorry, if the left-hand side is false for an or statement. So if the enemy is equal to null, it'll evaluate to true, and then we'll just ignore this because we don't need to check it. So if we have an enemy and it can complete objectives, then we want to just simply kill the player. Because we'll just say that if any enemy enters that can complete objectives, the player just dies. So we'll find objective of type, or actually we don't even need to do that. We can just say GameManagerComponent.instance.lose. Yeah, we just do that. Okay, we don't even need to kill the player. That's fine. It might be hard to know why you lost, but I don't know. I don't know if there's much else we can do. So yeah, we'll have that, and then we will need an enemy spawner. So create an enemy spawner component, and then what this will do is whenever an enemy dies, it will spawn a new one. So we'll say public game object, or no, AI controller component current, we'll say enemy, I guess. Spawned, I guess, it'll be the thing that we created. Then we'll have a public game object, which will be the enemy prefab. And so what we'll do is we'll say on private void update. This is inefficient, but it'll be fine. We will say if not spawned, so if spawned has died, or if it hasn't been created yet, we will say instantiate, say spawned, no, we'll say var enemy is equal to instantiate. We will say enemy prefab at transform.position, and we will say at transform.rotation. No, let's not do. Yeah, let's do dot rotation. That way we can always have it facing a specific way. Then will say spawned is equal to enemy.getComponent AI controller component. And actually what we can do is we can just make this slightly more efficient. We'll do that. There we go. So that should work. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I think that will work. Yeah, I think that'll work. I'm just thinking there's probably some weird cases where you could lose at the same time that you've won. I don't know, I think that can probably be fixed or something. So what we will do is we will create an empty. Basically we're going to just have something at the center of the island where we just rotate it. So this will be the spawner. We'll add a row, or I think it's called spin, yeah, spin component at speed 10, spin across the y-axis. Then we will have the spawn point of the enemy spawner component, and I want to create a prefab, or not create a prefab, but I want this to be here so that it will spawn pretty far out in the water and just head towards the center there. It'll be at -30. That way you'll have some number of seconds to actually, well, I guess -20 because it'll be moving closer to 1 unit per second. So we'll have that, and then the, what's it called? Oh yeah, the enemies. We need to go into prefabs. We need to duplicate, don't replace. We need to duplicate this. We will say enemy bomber, because I want these to be like, supposed to be like bombers that are coming to destroy stuff. So in this case, this will be the model, and then we will have this plane. Yes, this plane. That's the, yeah, texture on that. Okay. Have you be quite large. And also in this direction, scale down a little bit. Yep. Then you're not going to have a sight range. We're going to just delete that. You also won't have any weapons, but you can complete objectives. And the problem is you won't have a patrol target, but you'll be facing the correct direction anyway, so it won't matter. So yeah, you should be fine. I think your speed is going to be like 2 or something. Maybe 1.5. You move kind of slow. And then you're going to have a health of, say, 10. 15. That's probably fine. And then the sphere collider. Really, that should be a box collider. Whoops, not 2D. You be a box collider. Then that will have a height of 1. And maybe, oh, that has little things on the edges. That's not good. Have a size of 0.3, and then maybe 0.4, 0.5, 0.2, something like that. Maybe 0.1. Yeah, very thin. Okay. I think that's about right. Maybe a little bit too tall, so 0.8. Yeah, okay, perfect. And now what we will do is with spawn point, we will have you, spawn you, and then we need in here, need to create, I don't know, a sphere, and we will just have this be the objective. It needs to be fairly large, probably that size. It's probably tall enough. We'll say objective. Okay. Then we will add a trigger, say this is trigger, and then we'll say this is an enemy objective. Alright. So I believe this should work. Let's see. So we do have an enemy. It is coming towards, whoops. Did I grab the wrong one yet? No. Oh, I was messing with the enemy prefab, wasn't I? Oh, that's annoying. Oh, that's really annoying. Is that true? That is true. Oh, that's so annoying. Alright. Well, copy all of this. Paste it into here. Can delete all of this, or we can actually copy all of this. Can paste it, or no, actually, we just need to switch the names now. Actually, I don't understand. So, wait a minute. Wait, no, I think you're actually fine, right? You just got renamed wrong. Call you enemy 1. You'll be the enemy bomber. Oh wait, no. That's the problem, right? So you got edited. We have to paste all that stuff into here. We have to erase this. That's what it is, yeah. And then all of you need to reference that, and you need to reference none of that. Okay. Your hitbox is wrong though. Right. So this is a sphere collider with a radius of 0.3. So that needs to be up here. So 0.1, 0.15. Yeah, 0.15 is probably fine. That's the enemy, and then we need the enemy bomber. Actually, this gets destroyed. We will, well, no, we need to keep that. Have that. You can complete the objective. You can't do that. All of that's fine. And then all we need to do is we just need to redo that. Oops, no. Need the model to change, so we need this to be here. Yep, perfect. All right. And once again, change the size of the model to make it approximately right. Can change the engines later. And we just need to remove this sphere collider. And then we need to add a box collider, which is like 0.1 at 1 at 0.2 and then 0.8, I believe. That was roughly the previous size, so I guess 0.6. That's probably fine. All right. And then the box collider, that will be a trigger. All right. And now, here, this should spawn the correct enemy. All right. So yeah, it spawned a bomber. Perfect. And yeah, that needs to be significantly larger. So let's see, once it reaches this, we should get to lose. Yeah, defeat. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so let's go into prefab. Let us edit this again. We need to make the model again significantly larger. Something like that. And this is 0.8, and then maybe 0.8 is not enough. Be like 1. Yeah, that should work. Alright, let's run that and see how big that looks. Okay, yeah, I think that's about the right size. Yeah, I think that's about the right size. And probably roughly the right speed too. Okay, yeah. And then what we will do is we'll add an objective component to them. We'll add an objective component. So we're at the single point and it's fired on destroy. Right, and we need to fix the engines. So in this case, I think the engines actually don't have fire, they just have the trail, which we need to look at from this angle. All right, so we just put the trail like right here, and then we can duplicate that. And then we can duplicate you, and then we can have this be positive, and we can duplicate that and have that be positive. All right. So now it should generate the trail correctly. And we get a tracking on it. Cool, and yeah, it has the trails. Awesome. And we can shoot it down. Perfect. Why does it think, oh, I think there's another one. Oh, right, because we're spawning new ones. Right, okay. Oh, there it is. All right. Okay. Where is the next one? Oh, it's down here. Okay, cool. All right, I like that. And then we'll have the, what is it? Spawner actually probably needs to spin a lot faster than that, so that it's hard to figure out where the enemies are going to come from next. Yeah, I think something like that's probably fine. Okay, let's, yeah, have an enemy come from behind. Oops. Right, looks like there's another one over here. Oh, right, okay, we need to create an ignore thing. Alright. To create like an ignore player bool. I forgot about that issue. So what we'll have is we'll have in the enemy, no, the AI controller, have a public, right below this one, public bool ignore player. Should really be like non-hostile or something. Say on trigger stay, we'll say if ignore player, then we just simply return. That way we never attack the player no matter what, which I think is fine. And then what we'll have is in the enemy bomber, we will just set ignore player to true. And really the spy plane needs that as well. But yeah, okay. So now we can probably fly through you all we want and you won't do anything. Yep, that's correct. Did I get that wrong, or do you only have 1 health? Whoops. Yeah, I think you only have 1 health, which I don't want. Alright, yeah, I want you to have 15 health. 1 health there, okay. Alright. And now I think it'll take a couple shots to take them down. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Uh-oh. It's getting very close. Nope, we lost. Alright, that's unfortunate. Alright, so what is the strategy? I don't actually know. Alright, so you go up beside them, and yeah, you can't. Yeah, okay. We'll just have to do that, yeah. Alright. Hit them with missiles, that's a good strategy. Alright, there we go, that'll work. Uh-oh. Yeah, you can defeat them with the machine gun, it's just not entirely the easiest thing. Oh. Alright. Where is it? It's right there. Alright. Yeah, it is a little bit harder than it really should be. I don't know what the objective counter is going to be set to. I think it's going to be set to like 10 or something. I think that's fair. I think, well, no, I think 5 of them is probably fine. Since it's a game jam game, I think that's a short enough objective. Yeah. Alright. Let us just go right beside you and... Okay, you know what? Just use missiles, that's fine. That's fine too. Definitely here somewhere, there it is. Alright. That's 4, and I think there are 5? Oh no. Okay. So that might have been 4. Alright. There we go, and victory. Okay, so now we just need like an end game sort of screen or something. And yeah, obviously we're going to make this invisible. We'll just remove this and we'll remove that. Alright. We'll create some kind of building there. But yeah, I think it's mostly done. Just need a like thank you for playing kind of scene and a dialogue for this. And yeah, which I'll probably do all of that off camera. So what I'll end up doing is tomorrow we're gonna start a different game jam. That one will be much shorter, so yeah, that one will be much shorter, so we're gonna have to work a little bit faster, okay, a lot faster, and I'm gonna have to scope down quite a bit, and then in like a week or something, I think the 7 DRL starts, so it's the 7-day roguelike challenge, and I kind of want to start working on that. So the next game jam I want to work on lasts like 3 days or something. So that gives us like 3 days before the 7-day roguelike to work on the base code for that, which I think is going to be fine. I still don't know what I'm going to do, but we'll figure it out. Okay, so it is, okay, what we need to do is we need a sort of end game kind of scene. So we'll just create a new scene, say end game, and then we'll create a thing. It'll just be canvas that just says thank you for playing. So we'll say world space, no wait, this is all right. It's this is what I want to change. So we'll say 1920 by 1080, okay. We'll save that, and then it'll just be, literally for now, we're just going to have a UI text mesh pro. Thank you for for playing, yes. Then I guess 70 will be 70, and then we will have disable wrapping, and we will do that. Okay. And I think that's all we need to do for this, for the moment. Then in level 3, if we go into that, and we go into the objective manager, we just say end game. Alright, so now what we should be able to do is if we go into file build settings, we go into the end game here, we add open scenes, should be able to play the game from start to finish. So logo screen, let's maximize. Alright, so click start, get our first objective here, which is to shoot down this enemy. Okay. Then we get our little hints here. We can use A and D, we can fire the machine gun with left click. Yep. So if we speed up, we don't even need to speed up really. Because I think we go fast enough, yeah, we go much faster than the spy plane does, or the scout plane. We can just destroy it like that, okay. And then we get this, it's just to be feared, blah blah blah, who cares? None of it actually matters. Then yeah, we need to destroy 10 bombers, we can launch our missiles, blah blah blah. Alright, normally the player would be reading that while this was happening. And we don't really have to worry much about that. Oh god. So many enemy fighters. Oh, did manage to get quite a few of them. Okay, there we go. And now do that. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Now we can destroy that. And just ignore him. Can put targets on those two. Perfect. Alright, got that one. Yeah, I think this distribution of enemies makes it much more likely to encounter them. Okay, so that's level 2, and then this is level 3. We did not get you. Okay, we got you that time. We do want to fire this one last bullet. So where is it? Right there. Okay. Now we have the next enemy down here, wherever it might be. Okay, well, you know what? It might actually beat us. Okay. So that was 3, and then there's you. You're very hard to hit. Oh, jeez. Alright, well, I think we're gonna lose. Okay, just got it just in time. Alright. Then, yeah, we have you. There we go. And now this will take us to the end game screen. Perfect. Very happy. Okay. Yeah, I way overscoped this, but it's fine. Yeah, we need to add some animations and all sorts of crazy stuff. Alright, so for level 3, we need to trigger, I guess what are we going to do? What kind of animation are we going to have for this? Because I actually don't know. So one thought is to just show like enemy bombers coming in, I guess. We could also have some little enemy fighters kind of poking around as well, which I kind of like. Let me just grab one of you. Let's copy. Nope. Let's copy this. Let's go in here. Let's paste that. Where did that even end up? Oh, it ended up way over there. Okay. Yeah, we'll just have a couple enemy fighters poking around. Not too many, just because they're kind of annoying. Yeah, we'll have one there, and we'll set it at 0, 0. And then we'll duplicate it, put it over here at 0. Yep. And then we will set patrol target to be that. And then we'll set the patrol target to be that. Alright. Then we will grab, sure, we'll give like, I don't know, 8 of them to deal with. Yeah, it's not, maybe like 10. Yeah, 10 to deal with, that'll work. Alright. Alright, so we have an enemy incoming, that's fine. Did that really get hit by both of those? That's crazy. Yeah, it took damage from both of those. Yeah, even 2 missiles is not enough to kill these things. Bombers are quite tough. Yeah. Missiles do a good amount of damage, but not enough. Alright. Oh, that's unfortunate. I think we missed every single shot there. Oh wait, maybe 2 missiles... I don't remember how much damage missiles actually do. Okay, so it's not too hard. Just need to tell the player that they have to destroy 5 of them. And yeah, so I think the animation is just going to be something similar to the spy plane, where it just kind of shows them flying over the water. It'll probably be flying in like some other direction, I don't know. 1 second. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else we need to do. It's weird. I need to sneeze, but I don't want to. Or I want to sneeze, but I don't. Sort of need to, but don't need to. It's weird. Alright, so the end game screen, what's that going to look like? So we probably want to put links to Twitch and also to, we probably want to put all the links that were on the first screen are on the end game screen as well. So like a Twitch link, a YouTube link, and also the Games Plus Jam link. But we already have the controller that does that. Yeah, I don't know. I think the end game screen probably looks identical almost to the starting screen. Let's see. Let's see if I can actually find. So we'll go to scene, we'll go to the title. What I will do is I will grab all of that. Yeah, let's just grab all this, and then let's go to the end game screen. Let's just put all of it here. Oh, whoops. Then wherever the main camera is, that's interesting. I think it needs to be facing slightly downward. Something like that, yep. Okay. And then I think we need to go to the title again. Probably need to grab where are you? You? U. Yeah, we need to grab U. And then the end game screen, probably just paste this down, like that, something like that. We will put you here and have 0, 0, 0. That way you're facing camera? Yeah, okay. Then we will -1 here. So you have that scale, all right. And then, yeah, let's just duplicate this a little bit. Something like that. Just give these a little bit of depth. Do that. Yeah, that's probably fine. Then we'll duplicate this, move it over a little bit. Let's give it local, transform stuff. Sure, like that. Down a little bit. Down a little bit. Like over here a little bit. We'll probably just do this. Alright, yeah, that's probably okay. You be kind of like that. You be kind of tilted like that. Alright. This, I think, should just work, right? Yeah, the engine is a little bit large, but yeah, that's probably fine. Yeah, I don't like that. I'm not a fan of these two. Yeah. Alright. Can get rid of one of these engines. I think we only need one. Alright. And then, so we can get this, and we can probably just create a copy of it. Just a little bit back. Like that. And maybe have it tilted a little bit. Like that. Maybe a little bit like that. Yeah, I think that's fine. That really looks worse whenever you invert it, doesn't it? Huh, that's weird. Yeah, it really does. Alright, well, we can just get rid of these then. So we don't invert it. And yeah, it just... it's not what I wanted to do at all. I want this here. Yeah, okay. And have that just go further over here. Oops. Nope. Yeah, that's probably fine. Alright. So yeah, have it be very similar to the actual like title screen. Just because, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's probably fine. So now it's a question of how we get the other links. Can just go to the title. Do I want to use the same button style? Or do I want to create, I don't want to create new stuff. So I'll just grab these two. And we'll just move them over. I wish I had time to spend, or I wish I had more time to spend on this, but I don't. So I have to paste these in here. Why did that not work? Okay, that's very odd. I don't know why it decided to paste those there. But sure. Okay, and then this can have that Y position, and the X position can be -300, and then this one will be +300. All right. something like that. And then I also want the Games Plus Jam thing, this thing, I want that, paste it into here, and maybe have that in the middle. Yeah, that's probably good. Slightly larger, and then we'll make this 500? No, 450. That's good, and then minus 450. Okay. Alright, that'll work. So let's see. Yep, and then that still works. Okay. Now we need to hook up the actual buttons. I think we can do that. I think we can just use the title screen controller, right? What does it do? Let's look at this again. Okay, so yeah, it just does those. Okay. Okay. So let's go into here. And then in the canvas, we'll add the end game screen, or no, title screen controller component. And we need to relink these buttons. So that will be here, and then this will be on click, I think, YouTube. Yeah, on click YouTube link, and then this this one will be on click Twitch link. Okay, and then the Games Plus Jam. Of course, that will have the on click that. All right. And now let's see if this works. All right, so if I click you, yep, I do get that. Perfect. And I'm going to assume that the other two work. Yeah, that works. And then do you work? Yeah, you work. All right. Okay, cool. So that's done. All right, so I'm going to call it here because I don't think we can really do anything else, and there's only like 15 minutes left. Well, I mean, we can do other stuff, but I don't think we can finish anything in 15 minutes. Plus, all the other stuff that I have to do is stuff you've already seen before. So yeah, I'm going to be back here probably at like 3. It's going to be between 2 and 3 for Gene Forge. Because yeah, that just, I think they created I think they released a new version of that, or like an updated version of that or something. And it's a game that I've had my eye on for a long time, but I've not ever played. And now that it's been updated, I kind of want to try it. So yeah, I'll be back here either 2 or 3 Central, I don't know. It just depends. I have some stuff I need to do in the meantime. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you at 2 or 3.